So this is one of our two Sport14 dinghies, this and the one next to it. First things first, let's get it uncovered. So I will undo the two ropes on either side that go around the shrouds like this. Now we've got our Sport14 uncovered. We undo the small piece of string here. That holds this on. We can now wheel the boat out to rig it. As always, when we rig a boat, we're going to turn it so it points straight into the wind. You'll note the jib is already attached at the front here and is laid the whole length of the boat. So I will bring the jib into the front of the boat. It's very important with the Sport14 to know that the main halyard is currently holding the mast up. When the jib's on, the jib holds the mast up. It's very important to remember that and not take the jib down without having moved the main halyard to here. So, at the front of the mast, there is this loop. So you unclip that and let it drop down. You release that pin and you pop that through the hole. And put the spring clip back on. You then have a look up the mast and you can see this tail is what pulls the jib on. So you simply haul away until you get this loop of wire. This loop of wire can then be clipped onto this clip. You then can reach down, get hold of this rope, and pull. If you have someone helping you, at this stage they'll get hold of this rope, pull the mast forward so that you can tighten the jib properly. So I'll just do that myself, and that jib is now nice and tight. We can now take our main halyard and hoist the main sail. So we start by unfurling the mainsail. This is our old and very tatty storm sail. The much nicer sails are in the box behind the boats. So the first thing we're going to do is make a loop and put it through the eye on the sail. If we're using our masthead float bag, we grab that, take the ring on the masthead float bag, put the loop through, put the bobble through the loop and pull that tight. We then take the sail and ideally we put a small light child in the boat to feed the sail into the mast. So we just get the sail like that, up into the mast strap. Apply a bit of tension. So that's now going in. So all I'm doing here is holding with my bottom hand the sail close to the mast so it slides neatly into the track. pulling the sail up with my other hand. I can now get off the boat. And now you can see the sail is just above the gooseneck, which is where you want it. So I take the yellow main halyard and put it inside that cleat and pull it down. And then I just tidy up neatly the main halyard, put it under the other side of the jib sheet and into this little Velcro bag down here to tidy it up. I can then take my boom end and I can pop my boom onto the gooseneck. Once the boom's on the gooseneck, you can see these blue ropes here are the kicking strap. If you follow these back alongside the centreboard case, you'll find they come up to the side here. You can put a tail through that side, and a tail through that side. If there isn't enough slack to get the boom on the gooseneck, you'd simply uncleat both those ropes there, put a bit of slack in, and then you'll be able to get on the gooseneck. The outhaul on this boat runs from here down the length of the boom and comes out here. So you just pull it through on that cleat. I'll also tidy up this halyard. Put that in the same bag there. So all I need to do now is pop my rudder on. And very importantly, check my bung. So at the back of the boat there is a bung here. Very important bungs, always make sure it's in. This one just screws in like that. I'll take my rudder, I'll click it onto the back of the boat. Very important, make sure this spring clip is across like that, so if the boat goes upside down, the rudder can't fall off. This wing nut here can be turned just to pinch the rudder up or let it go up and down. The rudder ropes has two ropes. It has a rope to pull it down there and another rope to pull it up there. In order to get the jib out, at the front here, this white little furling line unclicks out of the cleat like that, or to put it in, you just apply a little bit of forward tension and pull it like that. Now click that, get hold of the jib, I can pull it out. Furl it again, I just let go of the jib, and furl it again. You can see there, it's slightly to support the jib spinnaker halyard. Just pull that out. It's always worth checking that your furling drum has enough rope on it before you start, because it's a lot easier to fix as you want. So that's your Sport14 all rigged. To de-rig the Sport14, very important, make sure you have your rope coming to the front of the boat and it is securely tied off. Because this is what will hold the mast whilst the boat's on the front. Once you've got to that point, come to the front of the boat. This rope goes through a little cleat at the bottom of the mast there. To get it out of the cleat, you just pull the rope sideways, and it'll pop out. Then go up the jib, give it a pull, and the eyelet will appear. You can then unclip the eyelet. Feed a load of slack through that pulley. And drop the jib. The jib can get a little bit stuck at the top, you just have to give it a little bit of air. Once you've got the jib down, at the top here, undo this spring clip, pull the pin out, pop the pin back through, and where you want to stick the pin back through is through this loop. So the pin goes through that loop, the pin goes back on, and we're just going to lie this jib full length of the boat. The mainsail can now come down. Achieve that. You pull this rope out, so you pull a little bit down, a little bit sideways, it pops out of the cleat. You can then get the halyard out the bag. All I do is unfurl it and chuck it on the ground behind me. And then I can get hold of this edge of the sail. I get hold of the rope, get hold of this, I put a bit of slack through, so I can undo the loop and pull the loop out from the buoyancy bag, and then I'll slow my buoyancy bag, and I'll take this rope and I'll just tie it up somewhere for now. I can then roll my sail. So to roll the sail, flip the top of the sail over the first batten, and you're aiming to roll the sail parallel to its battens, with no creases in it. You can just drop the saddle and then hold the boat. At this point, I'll just put the boat back off the gooseneck, and I'll let the outboard on so it can just drop in. I'll take the rudder off, get the rudder off, I push the spring clip back, and I wiggle and pull up until the spring clip is across the joint, so it's held in itself. Lift off. I can now wheel the boat away. Right, so I've got this Sport14 back in its place. I'm just going to tie the front of the boat down to the ground.